So a lot of people don't realize that I started on town council in 2003 and got started because I was serving on the Parks Board. And I was serving on the Parks Board after I got out of college and after I wanted to get more involved in the community. And once I got on the Parks Board, I decided that I wanted to get a little bit more involved, so I decided to run for council. And the transition from council to mayor was such a huge difference that I was not expecting. You know, I already knew quite a bit about the city after being on the council for 10 years, but the transition and the expectations of moving from the seat next to me to the seat in the middle of being mayor is a huge transition. It's not only about being doing what's best for the citizens, which is always paramount. That's always our number one goal, is being the voice of the citizens of the town of Smyrna. But it was also about getting outside of the city limits of the town of Smyrna. It was about working with mayors in the Middle Tennessee region and making sure that we are doing things to promote the town of Smyrna and making sure we're included in decision making of things that are taking place on a regional level. So that's probably the biggest difference that I saw between as being mayor. So my point of reference from council to mayor was pretty eye-opening. Initially, I had no intentions of ever being the mayor of the town of Smyrna. When I started on council, I just thought council would be where I wanted to be. And I took over as vice mayor, and Tony Dover was mayor at the time, and for business reasons Tony had to step down. A lot of people don't realize the mayor's position is a part-time position, and all of us have jobs outside of our role as council members or mayor unless you're retired, and Tony had to step down. And when Tony called me, he said, are you willing to step in? Because the way our charter reads is the vice mayor steps in as mayor. And I really had to give it thought because I didn't know if I wanted to take on that responsibility. The one thing throughout my life is whatever position, whether it's teaching, whether it's working with a nonprofit, whether it's being a mom, I try to give 110% to all of that. And I knew at the time that Parker was still younger, my son, and I have a full-time job at my business that's open 7 days a week, and I didn't know if I wanted that responsibility or would be able to do the job I knew that needed to be done. And so I had a lot of discussion with my family because it is definitely, your family sometimes suffers with the role we step in to play here at the town. And so made the decision that I wanted to do it and stepped in for a year as mayor, and then had to run after that year. And it is one of the most fulfilling jobs I've ever had, to be able to go out and talk about a community that I love. There is no place I'd rather be and lay my head at night than Smyrna, Tennessee. And to be able to go out and be the cheerleader for the town of Smyrna is something that I take very seriously and something that I love doing.